kids we have right now is not prepared for struggle. The kids that's being raised right now would not know what it's like to see failure. They don't know how to maneuver out of the maze. And the sad part about this is, if they ever have to live a life of struggle, they mentally will break. And when I say a life of struggle, I don't mean being broke. I mean the life of struggle can be in a world where one is not satisfied with one boss, and it's within the job that they love. They won't know how to separate the two, come in, do their job, get their check, and go home, and not be stressed out behind it. A lot of these kids are being sheltered. We're sheltering these kids, but we're not teaching them the life lessons. And this ain't got nothing to do with being a black kid, being a white kid. This ain't got nothing to do with it, because it's all races that's doing this. We're failing these kids, and now we got a generation of kids that are very emotional, and they don't know how to deal with emotions. That's why a lot of them are out here killing people or killing themselves, because they don't know how to deal with emotions. We are not teaching them the mental aspect of the game called life. We're so focused on, I don't want you to be upset with me, or I don't want to whoop your butt or kick your butt because, but then the teaching that we got as kids, you saying was harsh, but you didn't have a generation that wasn't caring. We didn't have a generation that was disrespectful. We had a generation that knew how to work. We had a generation that wouldn't mentally break. But we're teaching a generation how to mentally break, how to lose focus. And when struggle happens, meaning when the tough get tough, they don't know how to get going. So what happens? They fall short. They don't know how to deal with adversity. Adversity get the best of them. And that's not what it should be. So the other thing you're dealing with is a generation of kids that's being raised in one-parent households. On one aspect of it, you have mothers who are raising these kids to be sensitive. Baby, it's going to be all right. No, it's not going to be all right. Get it right the first time. There may not be another chance. Oh, don't worry about it, baby. No, worry about it. It's consequences. Accountability. You got young sons and young daughters. These women need to stop. Some, let me rephrase that, need to stop saying that things are okay. It's just like verbal abuse. You sitting there with this man cursing you out, and this girl is sitting right in front of you, and guess what? She gonna think it's okay when it start happening to her. Your son is gonna become that man. And I'm not saying two-parent households raise the perfect kids, because there's some strong mothers out there that are raising some kids, and they're raising them to be responsible human beings. But why are the majority of the parents falling short? Yo, we're going to hit a society to where the elders now are not going to be able to be taken care of. Or your kids that's 18 and up right now, when they get to the 50s, they're not going to have nobody to see about them. Half of them going to be in jail, dead, or on drugs. That's the generation we're dealing with right now. We're going to have to start teaching these kids now so that we can better equip them for when they have their kids and they can get back to the teaching. And in hopes that the generation the next generation can turn the curb and change all of this. Because if it don't change, it's going to get worse